Welcome back to Meat and Heat. Today we're doing pork belly burnt ends. Normally, you know, pork belly is bacon, which is cured, smoked, and then you fry it up. But you don't have to do bacon with pork belly. There's a lot of different things, and today we're going to be making burnt ends. Normally, burnt ends are made from a brisket point. After you're done cooking your brisket, you split the point from the flat, cube up the point, put some sauce in there, let it cook, and you get these really sticky little cubes of deliciousness. We're going to be doing the same thing today with pork belly, except you don't have to cook it first. You cube it right away. But first things first, this pork belly has skin, so we want to go ahead and get rid of that because the skin isn't going to crispen up, especially not at a low temperature, so there's no sense in having it. So after that's done, you want to cube your pork belly up, about 1-inch-ish cubes. Remember, these are going to render pretty well, so they're going to shrink. So the bigger the cube, the better, because at the end of the cook, they're going to be kind of small. So today we're using whiskey bent pork and rib. Don't be chintzy with the rub. Go ahead and apply it as much as you can. Be liberal, be generous with it. You're going to want to get it on almost all sides, every edge. You just want to coat these things really good. There you go. Now that you got everything coated up, you're ready to go cooking. So the preferable way to do this is to cook on a rack. That way all the heat, the smoke, air circulates all around the cube. It's not just going to be on, every surface except the bottom, because normally when you cook on a flat surface, when you're smoking, you're not going to be able to get everything underneath. So because we have charcoal left over from the last cook, we're just going to throw another starter cube in there and get that going. Once that's ready, you just go ahead and throw your smoking wood in there. I'm using a chunk of apple wood. Go ahead and throw your diffuser plate to create a 2-zone cooker, or an indirect zone, and then your grates. Prior to cooking anything, I like to throw a little bit of canola oil all over my grates. It helps season them as well as keeping anything from sticking to them. Even though we're cooking with an aluminum pan today, I'd still like to do it just to get a good seasoning. Throw your temperature probe on there so you know the grate temperature, and close her on up until she's up to temp. When you're ready, go ahead and throw your pork belly on there. No need for a thermometer in these guys, just do it by time. We're looking at an initial cook of 3 hours, but in that period, we're going to go ahead and be spritzing about every 30 minutes. I use cherry Coke. I like the flavor, and I think that sweet cherry Coke flavor is going to go well when it caramelizes all over the edges of these guys. So after that 3-hour mark, you'll see they shrunk a little bit. Go ahead and remove them. So it's time to go ahead and make our sticky sauce that we're going to let them sit in while they cook. I prefer to use barbecue sauce, honey, brown sugar, a little bit of maple syrup, and unsalted butter. So before you do anything, remove them from the rack and place them in the center. I have a brand new glove on, so when I dig into my brown sugar, I'm not getting anything sticky in there and making a mess. I like to do a nice big handful of brown sugar. These pork belly burnt ends, I really like sweet, so I use some barbecue sauce as well. Some honey, give it a little drizzle, and then I use just a little bit of maple syrup because there's already a lot of sugar in these. Go ahead and just mix them around, make sure all sides get coated. You want to make sure everything is nice and sticky with the sauce, and then I stick my butter on top because when it melts, it's just going to touch everything and melt all over all the cubes, so you don't need to really mix it around. Stick some foil on top of there, then go ahead and throw it back on the smoker for another 30 minutes to melt everything and get it all hot. So after that 30-minute mark, I remove the foil and then I'll cook it for another 30 minutes. It'll really help caramelize that sauce and all the sugars there. So after that last go around on the smoker, you're done. Let them rest for a little bit, but they're ready. They're squishy, they're sticky, they're tasty. I really suggest you guys do these if you haven't. They're really something else. If you guys learned anything or you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit it with a like. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.